To you by Gulfstream Park.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Oh, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another Friday edition of the Lunchbox. And you know what Friday means, Jeff Defo DeForest. We're at 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park. And are you ready for a full weekend of racing and other action?
I'm hoping so. I mean, I hope I get through today. That would be the first priority. I literally do when involved in any degenerate behavior. It's not only one day at a time. It could be one, self-sabotaging moment at a time. So,
well, you're down to now when you start getting up and hitting the floor. I guess you really do have to take it one moment at a time.
Every minute that
and we're all day to day, as Vince Scully once said. We're here. We're going to be joined later in the program by Joe Beja, the great director of hospitality here at Gulfstream Park Racing Casino, along with 10 Palms, which is open every racing day. And today is a racing day. Friday, Saturday, Sunday is now the summertime Royal Palm meet schedule. I'm in a great mood. What a great week we've had. Are we having fun?
You were at your very bizarre best yesterday, I thought. Lubie, you can chime in even if you're doing something else there. But that was sensational. What you were involved in at the Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market.
Not only that,
even the people there. I don't think the amazing Kreskin or Copperfield or any magician ever got reactions like this. The way you were able to put that food down.
Look at this. We got menus. I'm being a teetotaler this afternoon because
what's up with that? I mean, does that mean I don't get a drink?
Yeah, I was going to say, we're not allowed to drink too.
I'm high on life, my friend.
Oh, get out of
I've
here.
got endorphins rushing through me at this point because
so many waiter. I need a real cocktail here. Yeah, please.
All right, we'll get that fixed in a moment. But well, before we get into the whole show and all my I guess last night's exploits at a new place called Miso Japanese
Bistro.
Miso Bistro.
I like it.
That's what should be the name, but it's actually Miso Japanese Tapas. Had a fun time there last night with Phil Morrow, one executive director of the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival, and he's also going to be handling upcoming promotion of the summer promotion, which is Dine Out Lauderdale, and we're going to be doing some work with them. So
nice.
We were just huddling, strategizing, doing business meeting along with a fabulous dinner. But I wanted to start today. Well, first of all, you ever see when the universe speaks to you? Because what was I going off about yesterday besides shoving hot dogs halfway in my mouth all day?
The number of women that have come on to you courtesy of
That
this
was
show.
today.
No.
And the Let's Eat
That
South
was
Florida
That was
Facebook
night,
on
group.
this morning's show. I was recounting some of the bizarre episodes last night. But yesterday I was talking about, obviously, the submersible tragedy and how everybody on the internet seems to have
Hubris.
You
said the
got
word
crazy
hubris.
on that. What happened to you,
You
man?
said
All of a
hubris
sudden you
a
were
lot.
like on MSNBC or something.
I went into my news columnist
my
mode. I
God.
thought I was on This Week
I was
in
worried
South
about you.
Florida with Michael Putney and Glenn
There's our
Milberg.
guy.
What do we think?
There we go. What are we
food-wise, while we
thinking?
have him?
Oh, we're going to do ordering on the air. This is some...
Oh, he's
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Yeah,
We're
that's
already
well,
on.
we're on, but
We're
it's
on
okay. He'll shout out some things. We got beef barley as
Beef
the soup of
barley.
the day if anybody's coming out to
Beef
Gulfstream.
barley. I'm not a big beef barley guy.
I always like
Filet
beef
with mashed
barley.
potatoes.
Wow.
Corvina.
Fish.
Corvina.
Okay. You know what I'm going to do? Can I have a breakfast? I'm going to get one of those the smoked salmon Benedict again.
He had
Great.
missed a meal, so he wants to make it up now, and then he's just going to push everything back.
Smoked
Smoked
salmon
salmon
Benedict.
Benedict.
Good.
Great.
Very nice.
And I actually,
We're here
what else are we
ordering
doing?
on the air
Yes,
because this
ordering
is how
on the
we
air.
roll.
Can I do the omelet
That's
actually?
what you got to do sometimes. It's Mike Mayo's lunchbox.
we
I mean,
were-
having
American
lunch.
cheese.
You can put the
That'll do it.
microphone up. You got it? Got
That'll do it.
everything?
Yeah,
Everybody
that'll
got that? All right.
Uh,
Let me see.
I'm not in yet. Yeah.
You're not in yet?
No,
Here.
but I'm okay.
Let this gentleman
I'll do
order.
it more professionally. You keep
Anyway,
talking.
getting back to the universe speaking to us, because yesterday I'm going off
That
all
was
high
good.
and mighty about the hubris of man in
I remember
relation
this.
to the submersible tragedy. Lo and behold, my brother,
Just keep talking.
I saw him, my brother Burl works here at Gulfstream, and he pointed out to me that in today's third race at Gulfstream, a hunch play, because he saw Luca Panici, our friend of the show,
Yeah, he's been on the show.
is on a horse named, guess what? hubris.
Oh, that's the entire name.
The name is hubris. And I was going off yesterday about hubris of man, and now Luca is on a horse named Hubris in the third race. So what am I going to do,
here?
Jeff Defo? Yeah.
Oh, that's
right
great.
after the show ends.
That's great.
And me, Defo, and you, we're going to go down to the downstairs bar with our friend Nando. And we're going to go flockata, flockata, flockata. Come on, Hubris. We're going to root for the hubris of man. And Luca.
You want me to try and get like
how much should
information?
I put on it?
I would think hubris is a little dubious. I would say.
Really?
Yeah, bumping up in class after a nice effort last time.
Now you're applying handicapping.
Coming off a 2-year layoff, my friend.
He's handicapping. What do you want? That's
it
what
would
he
be
does.
hubris of you to dismiss a horse just because he's been on the show
I would
for
never
2 years.
discourage anybody from doing anything, no matter how insane the theory was behind it.
You, my friend, have pointed out another horse in the same race that you think is the true cosmic hunch play, which is number one.
Well, and this is why it's not easy
sensation.
to read the gods of gambling. I mean, because they don't make it just crystal clear all the time what it is that you should do. You have to make a few deductions. So is it that you're a media sensation based on the fact that these young 25-year-old girls
That's the number one horse. I wasn't ready to get into that story yet.
Yeah, but
I wanted to wait.
You have not met Defo. You really don't know how this works.
Don't stop this one. I'm on a roll here.
You don't understand how this works.
Would it be that? I mean, these girls are recognizing Mayo in restaurants as he's leaving. Oh, you're Mike Mayo. Mike Mayo, we love you.
Are you Mike Mayo?
I mean, girls that are young enough to be your daughter, my God. I mean, there's no shame with this kid. And then, so was that it? Are you a media sensation at that point? Or is it because you came up with this cockamamie speech yesterday that was...
I thought it was quite...
I mean, it was moving. What did you think of that, Lubie, when he went off on that whole thing and he was like pointing at the camera and everything?
I didn't mind it because I sort of agree with him in the sense that... and I give Defo credit for trying to be the humane person of the three of us.
I feel for the 19-year-old kid, but I mean, is the story any bigger than any other?
That's my problem.
The level of coverage it's received.
I don't understand. Look, TikTok, I get. I don't understand news outlets covering this story. There's no story to me. It's five people who are actually morons that somehow got to be billionaires and did it really.
All right. I don't want to go back there. And again, it's a tragedy. And it seems like everybody was worried about, it must have been horrible them running out of oxygen. And it seems like it was an immediate sudden implosion that would be like just really, hard to think about. But the reason why it got so much attention is not because of it's so important and it's more important than any other thing going on in the world. It's because it's one of those universal things where humans always wonder about, different ways of going and their demise.
Bizarre circumstances.
And this has that universal thing of everybody imagines themselves in that horrific situation. And that's why it has that universal appeal. The media doesn't just put it out there because they think it's going to be like getting ratings. They do it because they see the number of clicks that it started generating the moment this happened on Sunday. So then it becomes into this whole snowball avalanche effect. I don't want to get off on another.
You're like Journalism 101 now. I mean, you're like a modern day version.
No, Journalism 101.
We used to try to figure out.
It's free, it's me.
That is true.
And here we are.
Oh, did you cop a little? Oh no, you're still drinking iced tea. What's wrong with you?
I'm high on life, my friend. Okay, let me tell you a little story talking about the universe giving you signs this morning. All right, really quick story to just wrap up birthday week. Fudgy the Whale, that was
when was your birthday? Like a month ago?
It was last Saturday.
It was.
What's going to be next?
It was last Saturday. Well, a week.
Mayo
he was celebrating it before and after. Again,
were you always like this? Or this
no,
is a
well,
new
maybe.
behavior?
I don't remember.
All right.
But the birthday itself was 6 days ago. Fudgy the Whale is my annual birthday cake tradition because it dovetails Fudgy the Whale Carvel cake product that's sold for Father's Day. My birthday and Father's Day always coincide. I had Fudgy. My daughter bought me my Fudgy on Sunday.
It sounds like a kinky website.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'm not sure. I waited immediately with an ice cream cake. I mean, come on.
I think you can't shorten that one.
Had a bunch of it at the nice dinner last Sunday at Michelle's. They kept Fudgy for a while because they wanted to prevent me from eating the whole rest of it. My daughter and Michelle had some of it. And then my daughter gave it back to me the other day. And then I reached in this morning. I hadn't had breakfast. I decided to defrost my Fudgy and have a couple of bites for my breakfast.
I forgot that you were defrosting.
It's a wise decision. No. Yeah, why not have a knish while you're at it? Yeah.
But I open it up after I get dressed. I let it defrost a little bit. And I open it up and I look down to eat a little bit of my Fudgy for breakfast. And, it said happy birthday and Father's Day. The only thing left on the Fudgy of the inscription I just looked down and it said fat.
I think that was by design. Your daughter is a lot
fitting.
sharper than you
Your
even give her
daughter's
credit for,
classic.
and I know you
Good for
respect
her.
her a great deal in that regard.
And I just said, is that a message?
Yes.
When
Yeah.
Fudgy is just telling you
That's all that's left.
fat.
I mean, your daughter obviously did that. Like, that's 100%.
In fact, all cakes should be inscribed with the word fat. And I love you. You're like out of the old cartoon where you cut one slice and then you take the rest of the
leave.
cake
Yeah,
and then you leave the slice on the table for the other 3 people to share. I love that about you.
Well, I ate out the
Yeah.
little fat part, and now the rest is there for my mom for
All
her
right,
lunch
all
and
right.
stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to share that. Now
Yeah.
we can get into last night and the whole concept of internet famous. You see these people now who are TikTokers or YouTubers who I've never heard of. I have no idea who they
Look
are.
at the
but yet-
Cavender twins, man, getting $1 million to be scrubs on the UM basketball team.
Yeah, and then there was this other woman who was at UM who just graduated, who has like I don't know how many million TikTok followers or something, Alexa something or other, and she makes millions of dollars now. How I don't know.
It's coming soon for us.
I'm hoping and praying.
I need 2 years at that level, and I'm out.
But last night I went out to this Miso Bistro. I'm going to call it Miso Bistro from now
I think
on.
that's a great
Where
name.
is it located, Michael?
So you know that hip, they call it Flagler Village area, and it's also Progresso. It's like right across the railroad tracks. There's
Is it hard to find? It sounds hard to find.
No, it's not that hard.
No, it does. Railroad tracks.
Is it
Put
hard
it,
to
put it
find?
into your GPS. and
Oh, where
Yeah.
about, though? Give me an
You
approximate.
hard to find.
you know where Andrews Avenue, where
Okay.
McGuire's used to
Oh,
be?
yeah, sure.
McGuire's, yeah.
All
If you
right.
go up Andrews north, just past where the railroad tracks
All
are,
right.
and then you kind of hang along a right there. It's called Progresso Drive, and then one of those side streets, Second Avenue. It's right off that Second Avenue there. And,
So it'd be north of where McGuire's was.
yes,
Okay.
and it's a like hipster joint. Like this whole area is being redeveloped, and this used to be a warehouse, and now they've turned it into a bunch of shops and this miso Japanese tapas restaurant that just literally opened 4 weeks ago by a guy named Twan, who is not Twan Russell from the University of Miami. but a
I know he's
rest-
versatile, Twan Russell, but I didn't think he was in that restaurant.
I don't
business.
know. I should know Twan's last name, but he's a longtime restaurateur with an interesting backstory. But he helped start the whole Fat Boy Sushi chain. He got bought out early on, and he's done a bunch of other things. But now he's opened this. It's kind of like a sushi bar, but with some good Japanese inspired and also more modern fusion dishes. They do one of my favorite things, which is the uni pasta, where you have a little globs of those unis.
Someone
what
get
do
a
we got?
soup?
Oh, somebody.
I got a little clam
Deep
chowder.
fried
I just
man,
wanna-
it's so funny. I
The
actually
track clam
thought-
chowder is among my
I
favorites of all
thought
time.
about
Yeah.
Thank you very
clam
much.
chowder after I ordered my thing. You have to let me know how it is.
Clam chowder
and
on
the
a
racetrack,
Friday.
Harry M. Stevens was always known for its Manhattan clam chowder, but I
At
believe
Belmont
this is
Park.
Let
And
me
you
know
know,
how
I
this
would-
England
is.
variety, a very creamy.
Yeah,
Look
let's
at that.
get
Well,
some more
it's New England.
spoons.
New England
No, you
clam
can enjoy
chowder
the
on a
clam
Friday. A beautiful thing out here at Gulfstream
Yeah, yeah.
and Ted Palms.
I just need to taste
And
it.
I used
Yeah.
to punish
Enjoy
myself.
it.
Well, when I went to Belmont Park, I loved the Harry M. Stevens
That was fantastic.
red Manhattan clam chowder.
That's what Defo
Yeah.
said.
But I would never allow myself to get it until I cashed my first ticket.
Oh, Jesus.
And there were some days
why
I never
punish
got the
yourself to that
chowder.
degree?
I was
Yeah,
gonna
I mean, you're going to get
say,
shut
I was
out all
gonna
over the
say,
place.
You'd be bitter
Not
and
only you
angry.
take a beating, but you don't even have the comfort food to go with it. No, they used to put it out in the press box at Hialeah. I remember this distinctly, and one of my favorite things was Hialeah made like really good soups. They had good food there in all of their restaurants. Still do, as they operate as a casino. And and I couldn't wait. And I actually went on some bizarre Mayo type diet then, where I didn't eat, and then the first thing I had was this soup. And so I couldn't wait for it. And the Manhattan clam chowder was my favorite. When they had that, it was just like a dream come true. But it was good everywhere. I mean, in New York,
Well, do me a
and
favor.
yeah, try
Open
this.
this up. Take a bite.
Looks
I'm going to
nice.
let you be the first one
That looks
to
nice.
take the lunchbox.
All right. This is the
bite
New
of the
England
day.
version.
New England clam
New
chowder.
England
Looks
Looks
version.
thick, which is good. I like nice and
Looks
thick.
good. Yeah. How would you
and then
describe it? Yeah.
The question is, it has the proper thickness and consistency that I like in a chowder. Does it have the proper clammy, briny essence of the sea?
Very tasty. Very
tasty.
good. Yeah.
Tasty is
Yeah.
the proclamation from Defo.
No,
Look at
that's
that.
very nice.
He's got
Look
his
at Defo.
wine.
Nice.
We've got soup. I've got my
Why do we
iced
look
tea.
forward to coming here, Michael?
They treat us
because
I
like
can't
kings.
think of any
Because
reason why I would want to
It's
be
like
here.
every other place we
You've
go.
got a little vino.
They
You
treat
got
us
a little
extremely
soup.
well.
We've got
This is delicious.
a half
by the way.
hour to post
That looks
time.
nice.
And we've
wanna
got
get into a
racing
contest?
forms for the whole weekend, and we've got a contest coming up. But again, this Miso Bistro that I'm just going to call it, Twan is an interesting character, very innovative menu, uni pasta, which has the sea urchin on top of a little kind of nice angel hair
Happy
pasta
birthday,
with the akura, which is the salmon roe eggs. And it also had some shaved black truffle on it. That was a good dish. They have Wagyu beef that they do 4 ounces of Wagyu beef sliced and grilled. We had something called squash blossom crab rangoon.
How many people were all together?
Really?
In my party?
Yeah.
2, me and Phil. And we ate
And
enough for 5.
All that food was yours?
Everything I sent to you last night. We did 2 rounds.
That was just the 2 of
We
you?
kind of like, instead of doing my usual thing, which is a bang bang where you go to one restaurant, eat a meal, and go right to another restaurant, eat a meal.
This is great.
We did that same thing there. We ate like a full meal, and then we said, "Yeah, we're gonna order again." And we ordered like 2 rounds of like
but
4
these are
dishes.
tapas type of
Yeah, so they're
Tapas,
smaller
but
portions.
for 2 people. I mean, we definitely ate too much, but it's okay. The food, again, I'm giving it a thumbs up. Only open 4 weeks. They seem to have their stuff together. Very lively, and it was crowded and packed with I would call a young, hip, trendy, very attractive crowd. Mostly of the female persuasion last night. There was one like party of 13 that I don't know if it was a bachelorette party.
What was
or
the place packed?
What do they just call it? Thursday night. It was packed. And
Nice.
after I get presented the check and me and Phil divvy up the check, this server, young, she, I guess, she took the credit card and then looked at the name
A young,
Michael Mayo.
attractive girl. Yes.
And she looked at the credit card and then looked at me. She goes, "Are you Michael Mayo?" And I was like, "Well, do I owe
Who's
you?
asking? Yeah,
Do,
exactly.
do I owe you money, or have I ever reviewed a relative's restaurant negatively?" And she's like, "No." I was like, "Okay, yes, I am Michael Mayo." And she goes, "I love your group. I love Let's Eat."
This is not uncommon
thank
now
you
for women to come
so
crawling
much.
all over you, professing unwavering love.
And that's somebody that works at the restaurant. She didn't see me or notice me right away. It took looking at the credit card name to ring the bell.
I would have taken a thorough look at that credit card also. 'Cause,
Then, moments later, after we settle up and start walking out, me and Phil, I get literally like almost accosted where there's this table of 3, I'd say, young women in their 20s out for a night out.
attractive? What
Yes,
you're saying? Yeah,
yes.
all right.
And one of them just wheels around like this and goes, "Are you Mike Mayo?" And I
What
was
the hell
like,
are Lubie and I
like,
doing
"Yes."
wrong, man? We've been at this for years.
And all 3 of the girls are just gushing like, "Oh, we're in the group and we love it so much." And
Did they refer to the show or just the group?
No, they said the group. So
Okay. Which is fine. I'm just curious.
and,
I'm always curious.
Eventually,
if
people
the show.
get this little see blips. Of
So
the
how
show.
long did you hover around the table there while your friend Phil
I
was waiting for you to
very
start the car?
cordial. Well, he went to the car. He
Okay.
had a deal with calling up the wife, saying we're on the way home, but Mayo's getting accosted. But I had a nice chat with them, and they were talking about some of the dishes that they had, and I said, "Oh yeah, I got the this and this, and next time you got to try this the zucchini flowers with the crab rangoon stuff."
They're recommending
sounds
dishes to you?
amazing.
No,
these
I recommend
27-year-olds?
both back and forth. We were
Okay.
talking about comparing notes of what everybody had,
What
and
do you
they
think of
liked
their
the place.
taste? Because you're
Oh, yeah, I liked
sometimes
it.
a little,
No.
pretentious in your
Well,
judgment.
No, I'm with them. I'm going to be nothing but effusive.
Oh yeah,
Really
everything you're
nice.
having is great, man.
When
They
I'm
ordered a
going to a-
cheeseburger there. You're telling them it's
It
great.
wasn't us.
When I'm talking to a 72-year-old man who's eating tuna fish sandwiches, kind of roll my eyebrows. But these lovely ladies were dining on all these innovative dishes. That
How
you
was
could
the
find
tuna sandwich?
at
there? Did
Miso
you order it?
Bistro.
No.
I did have some tuna sushi.
There
some
you
of the
go. What's the
belly.
Nice.
difference? So you
It's
have it with
great.
mayonnaise. It's a sandwich.
And actually,
not the
Twan, the owner
It's the same
and
fish,
chef,
Mayo.
he
It's very
made for me and Phil something that's not on the menu yet, but he's playing around with it. A really nice summery dish where it's kind of like a Thai flavored cubed tuna, like raw chunks of marinated tuna,
Yeah.
over some of these also light vermicelli noodles.
Oh, nice.
With kind of like
Vermicelli
that
noodles.
that Thai basil and some of those
Yeah,
other
yeah.
light spices. A very light, bright, refreshing
That
dish.
sounds nice.
We ate that. So yes, we did have some
I
tuna.
do like when you morph into your critic mode and do
Yeah.
the food
It's my
breakdown.
favorite.
and
Yeah,
then-
it's very
and I'm
scientifically
going to
done.
pivot back first to kind of.
But we want to hear about the base.
dirty up.
So
Well,
what
so-
happened?
we just compare notes, and then they just say conclude by saying, "Can't wait to read what you say about this place."
Oh
on the
wow!
group."
Oh, wow.
Now you have to
That's
do
like
a
a
thing.
love letter, Michael.
Now you have to do a
Now you
post.
know that a lot of these food articles, and critiques, kind of wax a little poetic, do they not?
Yes.
Would you say that's a fair
I
statement?
lay down the rap.
You're
kinda-
writing an iambic pentameter. I mean, to describe like a
Shakespeare.
cheesecake, right? Which is part of the fun, and it does take a different type and style of description. There's no doubt about it, as opposed to talking about a ball game, which is what we usually do.
Yeah, no, I mean, there is
But there's a romantic language to food criticism.
Something rapturous, something. Well, I guess.
How'd you come up with Ubers?
Romantic.
Who would have come up with that? Nobody.
That's just one of those words.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I came up with debris and detritus. Not so pretty words.
Yeah, never heard of the last one.
You haven't heard of detritus?
Did you, by any chance, isolate that for further publication on various other platforms? That speech yesterday about the
no, but
submersive?
we can, I guess, cut and paste it and transcribe it.
I think that needs to be at the top of the show from now on. No,
make that an open.
Man is me thinking I could go around eating like this forever without suffering some sort of
you know what amazed me? It took me a while before it hit me after leaving the Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. We thank them again. I mean, those guys are fantastic.
Amazing job.
And the food is always absolutely it's beyond impressive because it kicks in later how good it was. Good. And then it hit me that you ate like those 3 rolls.
Oh yeah.
They were really good rolls.
Gene brought out like a giant kind of hoagie roll.
These were like not just regular little hot dog buns. No. These were like kind of hoagie rolls.
It was like when you put a sausage and peppers on. It's really what it was like. It wasn't meant for a hot dog.
And so keto is dead to me, my friend.
Wow.
Even the hamburger bun was like a big bun.
It was a big puffy bun.
There was a lot of bread, and you had no problem eating any of it.
I have to admit, I had to ditch the bun. I took one bite because I haven't had
half of my bun.
Like a burger on a bun.
So restrained, you're putting the cover back on to keep it hot.
Well, I wanted you guys to get a try it. I don't know if you want to have it after I stuck my spitty spoon in there.
Other spoons. Here,
feel free if you have a spoon.
No, don't drink it.
Don't drink it.
What are we doing?
That's it for that. Here, you
I
can take
cursed.
that. Yeah, that's it.
I was trying to not
shut
curse.
Lubie out.
Yeah. Right here is where my lips were.
Nobody wants your slime in there. I mean, we know what you've been doing. Come on.
See, this is the thing. You say words like hubris and detritus, and then you stuck your nose into a soup.
Yeah. Come on. I mean, Mayo. People out there, are we wrong about this? This is a man that, in general, he's the guy that licks the inside out of the Oreo cookie and then puts 100%. It back together without the cream in there and puts it back on the plate.
Definitely.
And says, "Oh, would you like a cookie, Michael?"
You know what I like about this? So
it's
first of all,
good,
it has a good creamy texture.
A little bit of a different taste.
Soup, please.
I'm at the end of New England clam chowder because
I got the
your whole mouth.
There's nice clams, essence of the clams.
You got Lubie mumbling on the show here. I mean, under his breath.
So like, get another what soup, a slime ball you are. Into it.
Why don't you put a couple of hairs in there while you're at it? Here,
didn't
put a couple
you
of
let
hairs
me take a sip out of your straw yesterday, or when we were at Even
very similar, but
I don't understand the difference.
There's a different feeling.
You let me put my mouth on your straw when I drank the watermelon.
It's slimy.
Something with food is different.
What kind of restaurant sharing etiquette is that? You get yourself your own spoon.
I don't know. Watching your mouth go into the thing.
There are spoons right in here. Oh, Michael. I mean, you
could
have easily accomplished this without.
I don't know. There's like a lot going there.
You could have used a fork and cut this stuff.
I was going to use a fork.
It's buttery. I think they put.
Yeah, they got a little bit of a buttery flavor. That's what I was going to say.
Which I
agree with you.
To me, butter makes everything better.
Oh, obviously.
So it has a different kind of taste, and then the greens that they put in there, I guess they're peppers or whatever.
No, it's just a little bit of parsley and some of the
herbs. No, but there's something else in there.
Onions
and it's a little different than what you would normally get, but extremely tasty.
What I like about it is, sometimes early.
How about Lubie's eating the soup with a fork? You slurped it down like it was you were at a 7-Eleven. I'm the only guy with any etiquette here and manners.
You know what? This is it. I'm going in with the straw now.
It was actually thick enough you could use a fork with it. That's really good.
I mean, proper decorum in a restaurant is not something you're going to pick up from this show.
Well, no.
And I think so now shouldn't that be a part of it? You're always critiquing people about, did you ask the manager? Did you do this?
I'm an absolute. I don't even know what you would call it.
If I saw a guy, if I was at another table and I saw a guy eating like you, I would ask if I could move. No, I would say, do you have another table somewhere else? I don't want to be with this gentleman. My children might get bad habits.
I can't even see what's going on the chat line today because we're too far
Judy
away.
just said ooh.
But I can just
people are probably roast out.
All right, so let's recap before we get to the contest. And I think everybody's going to enjoy the contest today because I always tie it into
what was the place? It was Sloppy Joe's
last week? Was Sloppy Joe's.
Oh, okay.
Again, place where Papa Hemingway, and it was Father's Day, so I tied in the Papa theme for Father's Day. And we had a winner in the tiebreaker last week whose name escapes me totally right now because it was
a guy
it was a new person.
that had been playing and you were rooting for him. Yeah.
It was a first timer, I think.
First time
No. This one was
a regular.
This was a regular. This was a regular who finally won. Paul Freitas, I believe.
You know what's great? I mean, Lubie and I have been in the radio and contest business for a long, long time. And it's always great when you're giving something really good away, even if it's not like the most expensive. You're not giving away a car, but here you got like $100 essentially. at the 10 Palms Buffet.
Yeah, brunch,
And
Sunday brunch for two.
You're going to enjoy yourself. It's just a great experience. It really is the way to go. Like, there's something about being in the high end at a racetrack sometimes, and everything
Inside
is
the air
kind of a luxury.
conditioning,
I
but the service is great. Like the way that they
you can just sit here and
is
take your
great.
time
and
with everything.
The brunch buffet is great. You got an omelet station. You got some pasta dishes.
You
and
got
main
windows.
courses, and you've got they have a little bit of a raw bar thing going.
Nice
with the raw
bar,
shrimp.
good vibe in
for
here.
For me, the highlight was the dessert bar that had all kinds
the
of
baked
great
goods too. Though it wasn't just dessert. It was
all kinds
pastries.
of
I love the guy on the omelet station. At
the
10 Palms
cheese
Buffet. That guy's
area
been there
was nice.
forever,
They had a bunch of different nice
seasoned
cheeses.
veteran. He's worked all the major catering halls. He knows how to get those.
It was like the carving station
like
at Santa
5
Anita.
omelets at a time going, multitasking. That's what you like to see. We're going to get into the contest in a second, but let me just recap. We're here at 10 Palms. It is a Gulfstream Friday. We've had the New England clam chowder.
Which
They're
got a
always
thumbs up.
Friday
No,
special.
that was
everybody.
really good.
We've eaten it by spoon, by mouth,
Daintily by spoon.
by fork, and by straw.
We don't
The only
have
thing
a
missing
second spoon.
is a knife.
I mean, the
so
knife's
I
not
am going
bad.
to complete the cycle. Like,
No, you could pour
what's
it.
his
Like,
name?
You
you
might as well
sort of
just
got to pour it
take
down
a
your
shower
throat.
and
what was the guy on the Marlins, Correa, who hit for the cycle?
No, we never had a Correa.
Who was it? Who's the guy who's hitting
Wasn't it this
400?
year? I don't know. Oh, Arise.
Arise hit for the
Arise,
cycle. Luis
Arise.
Arise, yeah.
All right. Well, he hit for the cycle. Was
He's
that the
an
first?
excellent hitter, that guy.
Was it the first cycle in the history?
Yeah,
Yes,
in
the
the history of the
Marlins'
team,
first cycle. Yes.
Well,
Very
we've just
unusual.
hit for the soup cycle.
There you go.
Fork, spoon, knife, and straw, and of course picking it up and
You
slurping
you
it.
have to finish it, though, Michael.
Yeah,
I
Mike,
put it on my head after the break.
Be
Defo
like
is
Bob
really
Baffert
looking
winning
forward
the
to soup.
Kentucky Derby. Just put the ball in your head.
And imagine this is me sober today because I'm just high on
Yeah,
life.
you're not. I'd
That's
rather
good,
you be
man.
drunk.
I bet you could resurrect the knuckleball and go try out for the Dolphins. I mean, for the Marlins.
And I apologize to you, Defo
For
and
what?
Lubie. Just horrifying you and the audience out there. You weren't expecting me to lose my decorum.
Well, I mean, it sort of, puts into suspicion your sincerity about this big speech yesterday that you made.
I
This
never
is the
said-
same guy that would like gum a soup, as the other two people were trying to just get a very gentle taste of what this whole thing was all about.
Well, yesterday was about the hubris of man. Today is about the grotesqueness
Yeah,
of
exactly.
one man, and
The
that man
disturbing-
being.
But
me.
it's good. You know what? I see progress, in the show also, Lou, because
I do too,
he's
'cause we
finally
get more
kind of
sponsors.
he's
It's
finally
great.
coming off that ledge that he was always on.
Oh, yeah,
where,
yeah.
it was like, I gotta be dead serious about everything. What are you interrupting me for, Depot? You're out of your mind. I mean, it's not a joke. I'm a food critic.
Yes, because I am so self-serious, so it's super.
But you come up with this stuff. I mean, this is great. This restaurant yesterday
we
looked
got more stuff
fascinating.
coming.
No?
Do you want another soup, or are you ready just to move on to the main course?
I mean, it's up to you guys, man.
Okay,
I
here
could
we
take
go.
a
We got,
little more of that, yeah.
What do we got?
You've
That's-
got your
did
eggs
you get-
Benedict there or
This is
something.
mine.
Yeah.
You got an
I wanna
omelet.
bake it
Oh,
in the
Lubie
Defo
would,
went to the breakfast
a Lubie
side of the
special.
street
Very
as well.
nice.
In
You want
the
some
omelet.
crackers?
We've
with that,
got,
Lubie?
and then we've got
kind of been rendered
his
useless.
omelet.
That's me.
That's
me.
his salad.
Yeah,
Look
yeah,
at
yeah.
us
Salad
eating
again.
light and
Very
lean
nice.
and mean and getting ready. Oh, with a little grilled
Oh,
chicken
yeah,
breast
yeah,
on the
yeah.
side.
Look at Defo.
This is just
Oh, they
fantastic.
bring this whole thing on the side. I was just
Yeah,
about to
it's
say,
good.
hey, where's my chicken breast?
All right, we're going to get into the
Wow, that's
contest as soon
nice.
as look at that. I got the
Woo!
eggs Benedict,
Oh, my
salmon
God.
Benedict.
It looks like you're at
You got it.
Grandpa's.
It's
It's
all good.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Let's
It's
show
right.
it.
Thanks
We're
a lot.
all
Thanks a
set.
lot. That'll
He's
do
going to
it.
get something. I'm going to start the contest now. And I'll let you guys start eating, and
Don't
because
worry about eating.
you know
Don't worry
how
about us, man.
this
We know
works.
how
I'm
this
going to
works.
explain
Show
the
off the food.
contest. I think our viewers now, I think this is almost our 30th week. We've been doing this since early December.
Don't mention these numbers to Dave Joseph.
Everybody
We're
here
just
at
happy to
Gulfstream-
start out here at Gulfstream Park. I mean, we couldn't be anywhere near the end of the contract.
And
What are you
people
talking about?
said it couldn't
Yeah.
last and that nobody would understand what the heck was going on with the contest, but they get it.
Contest was crazy, man.
I was explaining it to Phil the other day, and because he wants to do
Where did you lose him?
No, he loved it. He loved the
Where
fact
did
that
he
people
did,
are
yeah.
into it, and he
Yeah.
wants to do some promotional work, tying in stuff with the upcoming food festival, which is not until January, but you can get your tickets now for the VIP the festival. Visit Lauderdale Food Festival. Visit Lauderdale VLFoodandWine.com. You can get your early tickets. But meanwhile, we'll figure that contest out later. This contest, though, we've got it all figured out.
Mhm.
All you got to do is I'm going to be giving you a series of questions. It's kind of a restaurant trivia question. You come up with the name of the restaurant, and then part two is you also have to come up with the winning horse in tomorrow's feature race at Gulfstream Park.
What's the feature?
And that's going to be the 8th race on the card tomorrow, which is the $75,000 carryback steaks for 3-year-olds. Do you remember carryback?
Carryback, yes. I think I was there when he broke his maiden.
And did you have money?
It
on
was like in the 60s, right?
Carryback was a
early
late
60s or
horse.
late.
Very
yeah.
famous, and he must.
Carryback was a great name, a very distinguished animal, as I remember. And I probably did go and attend a few live carryback races if it was late 60s. That's when I got started going to the flats. Yeah.
Carryback is what's happened to me after a couple of nights in college. People would have to carry me
back. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and racehorses were held in a lot of reverence, certain class horses back then, and Carryback was one of them.
Yeah,
I would say
exuded class,
like up there with like Joe DiMaggio in terms of like.
Was he a sire? Any type of successul sire?
That I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I don't even guess.
Okay,
I should know, but I don't.
So the way it works, you come up with the name of the restaurant, give me a winning horse. It's going to be numbers 1 through 7, a compact yet kind of wide open field. There's no clear cut favorite. I mean, there is a 9 to 5 shot, but I'd say 4 or 5 of the 7 horses have a legitimate shot
in the
of winning.
Race, any chance?
I didn't check yet, no. But again, that's going to be the 8th race, numbers 1 through 7, and you're going to send the name of the restaurant and a number 1 through 7 to me at MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow, June 24th. And then you'll be in the running. And if you name the restaurant correctly and pick the winner, and you're the only one to do so, then you'll win 2 brunch vouchers here for 10 Palms any Sunday between now and the end of the summer. And if multiple people do it, then you go into the hat for the shake, the tiebreaker shake on Monday's show. All right.
You should spin a dreidel to decide that.
That would be good.
All right.
He's moving my food away from me.
You can eat it.
No,
speaking,
that's
so I want to
okay.
show the food.
I'm being punished.
You got to show the product.
The idea is to show the food.
For venturing into the soup.
No, that looks really good. If you eat like that all the time,
Mike, you'll be
yours.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Are we ready? Because now the theme of the week is for this week's restaurant, we salute this week's Royal Ascot meet in jolly old England with a taste of Great Britain right here in South Florida. Okay?
Okay.
See where this is going.
Yes.
The clues. Clue number 1. This British pub in Delray Beach, hello, Dickstein, hello, green-eyed girl, offers a slice of London with more than just its menu and beer selection. Its facade. All right, everybody's got the headphones off. Everybody's making condiment requests.
What was the first clue?
He's on the first clue right now.
This British pub in Delray Beach offers a slice of London with more than just its menu and beer selection. Its facade and parts of the wooden interior were actually shipped over from a 19th century London pub after it was closed down and bulldozed a few decades ago. Do you know this restaurant?
I'm weak on British pubs, I would have to say.
Okay,
yeah.
So that's number 1. It's a Delray Beach British pub that offers a slice of London with more than just its menu and beer selection. The facade, the actual construction parts of the pub, some of the wooden interior and the outside facade were literally shipped over here from what used to be a 19th century London pub after it was shuttered and then bulldozed a couple of decades ago. That's number 1. We'll go to clue number 2.
Is it a pretty famous place, you would say? Well known?
I would say it could be well known.
Okay. Right.
And in Mike Mayo fashion, I will make it a gimme by the time we get to clue number 3.
Was it Deerfield, you said?
Delray
Beach. Okay. Well, it's same thing.
Home of Deerfield. Oh, don't tell that to Dixon.
No, Delray's further north.
Don't tell that to Green-Eyed Girl.
Lighthouse Point.
Oh,
yeah.
No, but we're talking Delray.
Delray Beach. It's just north of Boca.
Did Dixon give you this restaurant?
No, this can't all me. I wanted to come up with a British pub that was a little bit off the beaten path.
Okay.
So number 2, the pub's British ancestor, meaning the pub that it was in London, opened in the 1840s and was said to be haunted by a ghost named Bertha. You'll like this part because I always like to kind of.
I was haunted by a ghost named Bertha, but man, she was hot at the time. I mean,
that might have been this Bertha because this was a young woman who was murdered after her husband caught her cheating.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
I usually thank them,
And the Delray Beach owners report that there's ongoing paranormal activity at night after the pub closes, including wailing and the sounds of pots and pans banging.
This happens now.
This happens allegedly. That after the pub closes, there's still kind of ghostly presence, maybe.
Multiple people have noticed
So,
this.
yeah,
This
I have
isn't
no
just
idea.
like a
Yeah.
one
So
time.
the pub's British ancestor was said to be haunted by a ghost named Bertha, and the Delray Beach owners report that there also are some ghostly activities after they close at night, including wailing and the sounds of pots and pans
I'm
banging.
hoping the third clue
I have
gives
no
it
clue.
away, man. Yeah, I really.
Do you want me to do the third clue now?
No, we gotta get
We'll
going
save
for
it for
Joey.
Joe.
We got
Joe
stuff
likes
to do
it.
here. We got Joe.
All right, yeah, I'll
Joe's going
repeat
with
it
the third
then.
clue.
Hey, you know what we can do? We can talk about our friends at Tropical Acres Steakhouse.
Yes.
Find time to go in there this evening because you could kind of run the gamut of all their great deals and value that they love to offer. You could start off by going to the bar for happy hour because it's a Friday night, and every weeknight in the bar from 4:30 to 6:30, you get all these good light bites, including coconut shrimp for $6. These little sirloin burger sliders
Oh,
for
good.
$6.
When
They
come to
have
order.
escargot. All these good light bites, and then every drink in the bar is half price, including premium top shelf liquor. My deal is I go in there, I get my Belvedere martini for just $8, and you can't beat that kind of deal. Then slide on over to the dining room, get yourself one of those great $39 twin lobster specials, 2 Maine lobsters freshly steamed, £1.25 each. It is plenty of food, especially when you throw on the complimentary included side dish and salad. I get the cream spinach. He gets the baked potato. And you can also...
I'm a fan of the cream spinach, though, too.
Okay.
Do you get 2 sides with that? Because that would be the 2.
Well, you
We
can
just go
always
salad,
add
but
a
you don't need to go
supplemental.
salad.
Yeah.
They'll be happy to bring you the second side for a nominal
I
fee.
really love that place. I always have. I mean, it's got a great vibe in there. I never get the fetching, and I don't pay that much attention to it
Well,
on
it's
the
old
Let's Eat
school,
South
but who
Line.
cares?
As soon as I see something negative, I realize the
Why is that
person
bad?
doesn't get it.
1949. They've been packing them in. They do
Why
a
is old
great
school
job. The Studiali family. And you know what? They've refurbished it inside. They've got now, some updates to the decor. They have live music. They have the piano player. And sometimes they have other musical acts on the weekends now. Go to tropicalacres.com to check out the full schedule, the website. Better yet, go in there yourself, 2500 Griffin Road. Say hi to the Studiali family. It's either going to be Jack or his sons, Joe and Jackson, that'll be taking great care of you. I love it there. Open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 4:30 on. They also have a butcher shop if you want to get some steaks, the great filet mignons there. Throw it on the grill at home. That's open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
As my friend the Polyman would say, and he was a big fan of Sam Studiali when he was sponsoring the early replay show, Let's See the Races with the great Bob Savage, who Joey's, probably run into him downstairs. It's a class joint. It really is, man.
Yes,
Tropical Acres.
that's a
You
great way
gotta
to
love it.
describe it.
All right, we're having a ball here, man. This is a great salad for like a racetrack salad. Unbelievable.
They put a lot in it.
But for any restaurant salad, it's great. You haven't had a bite yet of this.
It looks like they cooked that perfectly.
Eggs Benedict
Toasted,
with poached,
medium
whatever, lox
runny.
from some
Get a
wild
picture of this.
stream in
Yeah.
Montana, and then or
It's
in
a
Nova
nice
Scotia, and then
omelet.
what do you have there, Libby? What is
American cheese, spinach, and then I meant to put bacon inside, and they gave me a side of bacon.
Well,
which
there's
is a
worse
nice
things
move.
in the world.
Just
make a
shove
nice
it in there.
Take a bite
Just
with
shove
the
it in
bacon.
there. Yeah.
It
I'll show you
doesn't
how
need
it's
it
done.
either.
Oh yeah. Don't let Mayo. I
I'm
mean,
sure
he'll
you
grab that
will.
thing with his hands.
sure
All right,
you
we're
will.
coming back with more from 10 Palms at
I
Gulfstream
stole
Park.
his soup.
I feel
Beach Cafe. It's a South Florida landmark, and it's one happy restaurant right on the water. Tables literally on the beach. A place where you could dip your toes in the sand, kick back, relax with island vibes, tropical drinks, and live music daily. You know it. It's at One Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea. And of course, it has Chef Chris Nealon and his famed Caribbean Floridian cuisine with a huge menu with something for everyone. Seafood, raw bar, conch fritters, burgers, sandwiches, salads, deli specials, and of course, that famous Bimini bread. They've got a great staff that'll take great care of you. There's something to celebrate every day. Open 7 days until late. Parking available on site. Happy hour weekdays 4 to 7 p.m. Go check out more at arubabeachcafe.com. Better yet, go in there yourself at Aruba Beach Cafe. Good food, drinks, friends, and laughter are always the catch of the day. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce,
and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the blackened grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. We're back on the Lunchbox. It's a glorious Friday at Gulfstream 10 Palms Racing, and we're joined, as we are every week, by one Joe Beja, the Director of Hospitality here at Gulfstream. Getting it done. Again, a couple of weeks ago, you told us that the new summer menu is out and that you've introduced the breakfast, all-day breakfast items. Yes. And I am digging that because I came in, I didn't really have much in the way of breakfast except for a little leftover Fudgy the Whale ice cream cake. I told the story, Joe, that my daughter had some, and I gave it to me because it was left over from last week's birthday celebration. She gave it to me in a container. I decided to eat some for breakfast this morning. I opened it up, and originally the inscription was Happy Birthday and Father's Day. I opened it up this morning. I looked down, and the only thing it said on Fudgy was fat.
Telling your bakery chef not to use that inscription on any wedding cake.
I think my daughter was trying to give me a little message to maybe cut back on the Fudgy for breakfast. But now we're here, and I'm enjoying absolutely great rendition of the Eggs Benedict with smoked salmon and spinach, and on an English muffin. Eggs are cooked perfectly. The yolk is running down, so you can kind of swipe that muffin through.
It really does.
Well done. Props to the chef here. What's happening this week? And you tell me a little bit about the chef too, right? He's got a great background.
Yeah, our chef has a great background, tremendous background. Started Johnson & Wales graduate. Started out with Alan Susser and the Mango Gang, and roommates with Jose Mendine and all that crew back in the day.
Belly has been his.
But he's chef. My chef has gone through a great background besides Alan Susser on to, cut his teeth at J.W. Marriott. He, from there went to Capitol Grill, and then he was the executive chef at Canyon Ranch back in the day when that was as a, that spa experience and healthful cooking and so forth. And now
I need some of that. Some healthful cooking. But this is good, light dish too.
And now he's been here for 8 years.
Good start today. No, this is good.
Yeah.
No, it's great. And again, people can come here every live racing day to 10 Palms. You could order off the menu every day, and they also have the buffets on the Sunday, the brunch buffet, which is what we're here. We've been giving away these contests, vouchers, tickets. People that comes, they're getting nothing but positive feedback. They're having a great time, and day at the races with all the great food all day long. It's not like some of these other brunch joints where you got a 90-minute window or a 2-hour window.
No, table is yours. Doors open 11:30, and last race is 5 o'clock. So
that's on a Sunday.
They literally give you the hook.
At 5 o'clock, if you need the hook, if you're not full and satisfied, well, then,
it's all vaudeville. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, it's the old.
Joe B doesn't play that way. We know how he is. He rolls from Las Vegas, the guy. He's loose. He's loose. Look at him.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So what do we got coming up? I know we were talking last week about these summertime food festival events. That's going to be up on the third floor, and the package deals that if you buy all 3 at once, you get the discount.
Correct.
Right?
That'll be our next 3 events, quite honestly, with July 4th falling on Tuesday this year. We are not doing anything for July 4th, no racing, no nighttime fireworks.
No racing on the 4th.
No, we will not going to pursue that for this year.
Okay.
But July 29th will be our first one, which will be the Burgers and Brews event. And then after that, it'll be, I think it's August 26th, will be Tacos and Tequila.
Nice.
And September 23rd will be Bourbon and Barbecue.
And that all coincides with, they call it the Stallion Series or something.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like back in the day, it used to be the Sire Stakes races and so forth. So
and
it coincides with those days.
Probably also coincides with some big simulcast racing on those dates. I think the Travers Stakes might be one of those days in August, and the Haskell might be one of those days in July. Not 100%, but
it's great
either
fun.
way.
Tickets are $50 each one, and a package deal now. If you buy all 3, it's 20% off. And at 350, we sell out. So we cap it at 350 guests.
Excellent. Go
about 20 are in every place. Not even what is that?
Well, I can't even do the math. It's too early for me.
About
150.
About $120 for 3 events.
About 20.
Can't beat that with a stick.
You know what's great too, and I've been to several of these, and and I used to. Mike would jump down my back because I said I wasn't a big fan of these food festivals because you would go there, you wait online for a half hour, you get a little crumb about whatever the dish was, and then a thimble full of wine or whatever. You guys, I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, once it's on, it's on.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. And see all the crowd watching the horses go towards the finish line. They're yelling and screaming. And, it's a great introduction for those that enjoy food festivals but don't know about horse racing. We give you your $2 voucher. We give you a program. And if anyone needs help, we have people that can help you and kind of get you going.
I can personally attest to how much fun it is because I was at the last one. You did that Taste of New York on Belmont Stakes Day. And again, a lot of enthusiasm and not long lines. You could just go up and get as many of those bao buns, as many of those pastrami
They were waving you over.
The pasta was all there, all the little drink stations. And then they had, you would love this, Defo, pari-mutuel tellers live to take your valuable
I have a good story on that. My very first experience with the $2 voucher that was being given away. We give it to my older grandson now. He's 8 years old, Liam.
Wait, don't tell this.
Okay. The kid's not even. He's maybe 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so we bet it for him, but
of course,
we took his pick on the horse. He drooled on the 7, and the 7 wins. And so his first bet was a winner for $16.
There you
go.
And now he's hooked for life.
No,
well, he never got to 16.
That's what we need. We need a new generation of horse racing fans.
No, it's all great. That's what
all courtesy of the Burger and Brews or whatever that was. Yeah.
No, it's great. And again, when after these people were betting, and some of them were first timers at the track, the roar of the crowd as they lined up against the windows up there on the third floor was just. I love that. When I want to hear excitement. I'm one of these grizzled old veterans that'll just. Well, actually, that's not true. I'm screaming and yelling every time. Wire! But these people are just hooting and hollering. And it's great. It's a great scene. So come on out, get your tickets for these great food festival events coming up all summer long at Gulfstream. Are you ready for the contest this week?
Sure. Absolutely.
I'm lost on this one. I'm not big with British pubs.
It's a little esoteric and a little far north because in honor of the Royal Ascot Meet, which is going on, concluding tomorrow, and some races still going on today in jolly old England, we're saluting, I guess, a taste of Great Britain in South Florida. So clue number 1 was this British pub in Delray Beach offers a slice of London with more than just its menu and beer selection. In fact, its actual facade and parts of the wood interior were literally shipped over from a 19th century London pub after it was closed down and razed a few decades ago. So this is a pub in Delray Beach that is actually built with pieces of an actual London pub. And that pub was in London, and it opened in the 1840s, and was said to be haunted by a ghost named Bertha. And the Delray Beach owners report ongoing paranormal activity at night after the pub closes, including wailing and the sounds of pots and pans banging.
Wow.
Okay. Do you have any
idea?
No,
I have no clue. Yeah.
So here we come
This
with
better be the dead
this
giveaway.
is where the Mayo clue. There's a little bit of puzzle solving here.
Geez.
But if you kind of listen carefully, you should be able to
Should I
figure
issue
it out.
the disclaimer, which he hasn't really been in his right mind lately. So I'm not sure if this one's going to give it away either. We may have 0 entrants this week. It's possible.
No.
Who knows British pubs
Here we
in
go.
Delray?
Right.
Where did you come
I'm
up with
going to
this?
try to make this kind of like more of the free throw or even a 2-putt.
Okay, here we go.
The pub, and you're going to have to listen because there's some wordplay here. All right. The pub is located a few yards away from the Intracoastal, but there is no place for boats to dock and drop blank, a heavy metal weight. And the pints of stout poured here are black, not a color that's a synonym for melancholy.
You've been smoking too much weed. What do you think, Joe? What is that? I mean, any idea?
I mean, obviously the first word, the second word, I'm trying to think about the other one.
Well, it's a color that's not black, but it's a synonym for melancholy.
Okay.
And I made this a little bit of a SAT vocabulary quiz, too.
I got the second word. You have the first one, Joe?
Yeah, I do.
You guys can discuss it
Let's put an
afterwards.
entry in
Let's team up.
MikeMayoEats.com.
And there might be some puzzle solving where you might have to jumble the order of the words, hint, in order to get the name of this establishment that's in Delray Beach.
All right.
Again, people, if you have the Google machine, you should be able to get this pretty easily.
Probably
there
aren't
you
that
have
many
it.
British pubs, so you can narrow it down a little bit. Yeah.
Again, located a few
All right.
yards from the Intracoastal. There is no place for boats to dock and drop blank. And the pints of stout poured here are black, not blank, a color that's a synonym for melancholy.
Okay. All right.
All right. So there you have it. Send that answer in along with the pick numbers 1 through 7 for tomorrow's 8th race. The carryback stakes for 3-year-olds. Field of 7 is scheduled to go 7 furlongs on the main track about 4:26 p.m. Again, send in the number between 1 and 7 and the name of
Are you going to give out the winner again on the air?
on the air? No, I didn't.
You're not taking a shot at it? You did last week.
What did I do last week?
We picked the winner of the race. And everybody that had the restaurant, which was an easy one, it was a gimme, Sloppy
Here we go.
Joe's.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
exactly.
for doing this.
There
This
you go.
is the carryback stakes race.
You gotta
7
make a
horses. The number one, okay, usually I go with the food angle, but that's the chalk. The favorite morning line is Super Chow. And I don't know if that's a
After
dog
the
food
soup
restaurant
incident that we just had here with you,
Super Chow. Yeah, actually.
And there was
Super
what, a
Chow
clam
is good.
chowder?
Chowing down.
there's your winner.
9 to 5. That's
Joe,
his winner.
put a
I'm
ring
going
around that
against
one.
it. I am going for some reason, the number 1, Cozaris.
Yeah.
The number 1 horse, Terry Pompey. Lionel Reyes is the jockey, 7-2. I'm going with the 1 horse against the food angle, probably much to my regret. Defoe's going to take the 7 over the 5.
There's
Mr.
no question.
Peaks. So he's going 7. I'm going 1. Do you have a choice?
I don't.
He doesn't.
know.
He's going to sit this one out.
All
Wise man. Joe?
Joe and I have to get together so we can hit this contest.
Yeah, we go.
Yeah.
Can you believe I went against the food angle? We got a couple of food angles coming up later today here, right?
Oh, yes.
Or at Belmont or somewhere. There's always a food
And
angle.
you haven't really made a dent in this yet,
Well,
Michael.
I'm
I'm a little bit
restraining
embarrassed
myself.
by the way
So
you're eating.
after
today.
the
Pacing.
show.
Yeah.
Pacing. That's it. Pace makes the race, Joe. Joe, as always, thank you
What
very
a great
much.
American, man. Joe, fantastic time. As
Always a pleasure.
Always a
great.
pleasure.
Always
And
great.
we're going to be back. Let me just say a few kind words about where we went yesterday, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood. Have you ever been there, Joe? It's
Yes.
a marketplace
Great
that has
place.
something for everyone, because not only do they have the great namesake stuff, the poultry, the chickens, turkey, ducks, they also have a gorgeous array of seafood, fresh fish and seafood from the Florida coastlines. They've got the Key West pink shrimp that we had yesterday on the
Delicious.
show. Tremendous.
Yeah.
And then they also have, the beautiful grouper and snapper from local waters. And then they also get in fresh wild-caught fish from all over, from the Northeast. I saw some beautiful, the haddock and the cod. They had some beautiful halibut. And, of course, that gorgeous Alaskan salmon that we had yesterday. along with the meats and the display case there, the house-made sausages, the turkey sausage, the pork sausage, and the steaks. And, of course, for 4th of July coming up, we had those great brisket blend burgers and those
were great,
gourmet hot dogs.
Brisket
they had
blend.
the Wagyu hot dogs that were tasty, and then these big belly buster Kobe beef hot dogs. And, man, that's going to really make for a great conversation piece and great eating on your 4th of July cookouts coming up. Go in there. Delaware Chicken and Seafood is at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, right across from the old Seminole Classic Bingo, or now Casino. And, of course, you can go online to DelawareChicken.com to check out all the latest specials, weekly specials, daily offerings. And if you want to, get a order in advance, and you could even do the curbside delivery if you want. And if it's raining outside, they'll run out to the car, so you don't have to get wet. They have all kinds of things to take care of you, because Doug Carter and his crew, they are also one of those old school joints that it's all about taking care of their customers. Go in there and tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
You like when there's action behind the counter, right? It's like the old New York delis there where you go, hey, Mo, where's my roast beef? And they have like 5 guys working in there, and they were jamming. It was fantastic.
It was jamming, yes.
Joe, we love you. I hope you would you do the whole bite for Joe? I mean, are you up to another one?
No.
Are you up to another one? Come
he's
on.
already seen enough.
Mayo.
I did my one gross thing for the day.
That looks like a one-bite proposition.
I slurped the soup,
All right. We'll let you off the hook there. That doesn't qualify. You got to take the other half.
I got
to
use
it.
All right. We'll come back with more.
That yolk is going to squirt everywhere.
I have to get in a small box at Laurel, so we'll come back with more in a moment.
It's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Go in there on a Wednesday. They got buy one, get one on cheesesteaks from 5 to 8 p.m. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, I'm back here, left me and all my friends at Gulfstream 10 Palms. We had another great week on the Lunchbox. What did we learn? We learned that I might be in need of some sort of services.
It's funny,
for both
Brian,
my eating disorders.
on the chat was like, the show has gone south. It's like when Defo was like, we've gone up the rails, and he said the show's gone south, and I'm thinking, when was it north? Like, isn't this the
is
show?
That a bad thing? I mean,
this is the show.
They're not finding it enjoyable. I mean,
no, they're enjoying it.
I hope
but
it's enjoyable for somebody. I'm having fun this week.
No, people are watching and they enjoy it.
Next week we got to give a special mention that we're going to have a little programming shift on Tuesday for a good reason. Next Tuesday, instead of starting the show at noon, we're going to start at 12:30, and I'll post this on the Facebook groups and all that stuff. But Next Tuesday, we'll be back at Talia's Tuscan Table in Boca Raton. There's the man.
Hey,
He
Billy.
is Billy Badgett. Runs the show here at Gulfstream Park and teaches us. He treats us so well. But yeah, Talia's Tuscan Table, 12:30 start, because we're going to be joined special guest Dusty May, the head coach of the FAU Owls, who shocked the world by storming all the way to the Final Four and within seconds of making it to the championship game. He's going to stop by, eat a little lunch with us. You'll have to, show me the ropes. Can I get away with the outrageous behavior I displayed in front of the new head football coach at FAU, Tom Herman, who was a good sport about everything and likes Skyline Chili, let me tell you.
I hope it never comes up with this guy.
Let's see. Everybody has a Cincinnati.
You got to know your guests. You got to know your guests.
I walked into the Miso Bistro last night. Yeah. I started chatting up the hostess up front. She said she just moved here because I was asking her some questions. I said, where'd you move from? Cincinnati.
Oh, jeez.
What's my first question?
Oh, no.
Skyline loves Chili? It. She loves the stuff.
People from there like it. I mean, that's fine. That's what they grew up with. Yeah. I mean, we can't help it.
And we had a discussion how it's mislabeled. It should never be called, chili. It's Greek bolognese sauce. Chili spaghetti. All right. We sunk to the gutter by a Skyline reference.
I really
this
think
man
you should finish
is antsy.
Off. Yeah, no, I think you should finish
wanting to get to the windows.
Blew an exact
and again,
my first bet
get in
with
your
them.
picks, numbers 1 through 7 for the 8th race tomorrow, and that whole cockamamie. I'll post the clues on Let's Eat later this afternoon. Send it to Mike Mayo, eats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow. All right, we're going to do it, gentlemen. An open-faced Eggs Benedict sandwich. Yeah. We're going to conclude the week.
Open-faced?
Talia's Tuscan Kitchen on Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to be at Arbetter's Hot Dogs down in Miami for a special edition hot dog eating contest with Burger Beast, Chef Gonzalez. Thursday, we're going to be at Aruba Beach Cafe in Lauderdale by the Sea with our friend Chef Chris and Phil Marrow from the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. They got some big announcements coming up next week, and he's going to share that with us and discuss both the next year's food festival and the upcoming Dine Out Lauderdale promotion on Thursday. And we'll be back here at Gulfstream next Friday. That's it for this week. Right. It's Mike Mayo for Jeff Defo DeForest and Mike Lubie Lubitz, and I'm going to say enjoy every sandwich.
Watch out below. Wow.
Every
impressive,
time.
Mayo.
He gets me every time.
See you next time.